What is going on, guys? In today's video, I will show you the best Righteous Fire Chieftain build in Path of Exile 3.26. This setup is all about unleashing massive burning damage in an AoE around your character, while regenerating through the self-inflicted fire. By leveraging the immense power of the Chieftain's Ascendancy, the build focuses on fire damage scaling, life regeneration, and endurance charge synergy. And once activated, the Righteous Fire will continue to burn enemies without the need for constant casting, which creates an easy gameplay loop that relies more on positioning and timing than just simply spamming buttons. If you are looking for this build's path of building, then click my link in the description. And before we continue, thanks to U4GM, they are a pro website that provides PoE1 boosting, items and even currency with a cheap price and fast delivery. They have over 17,000 positive comments, and this website is really worth a try. So make sure to use my discount code CADE for extra 6% off. Let's start with an overview, and this version of the Righteous Fire is geared towards being a highly durable mapper, by offering excellent clear speed without compromising defenses. And thanks to the explosive effects granted by the Chieftain's Ascendancy, even the tanky rare monsters and map bosses can be wiped out efficiently. One of the early limitations of this setup is recovery, so until you can stack enough maximum fire resistance, your sustain can feel underwhelming. However, once that resistance base is built, recovery can become almost instant. The primary goal is to stack as much fire resistance as possible, while then the Ascendancy will handle the cold and lightning resistance for you. With this setup, you will be speedrunning through the maps, incinerating enemies while taking little damage for yourself. For tougher enemies, casting the punishment and deploying fire trap will enhance your single target damage significantly. And don't forget to stand still while fighting the bosses to fully benefit from the effect of the Ramako, the Sun's Light. Overall, this build is incredibly League starter friendly and can scale all the way to the endgame. Now let's talk about leveling, and as alphas know, if this is your first character, then you will want to create a witch and take her to level 4. This will allow you to get access to more important gems early on, so complete the breaking some eggs and the medicine chest quest to unlock these. The key gems you will purchase will include the Rolling Magma, Elemental Proliferation Support, Frost Blink, Flame Wall, Summon Phantom Support, and the Holy Flame Totem. Your initial setup will involve Rolling Magma linked with the Elemental Proliferation, and then later the Combustion Support. Flame Wall is great for adding burning damage early, and the Holy Flame Totem linked with the added fire damage and the Summon Phantoms will give that extra offense and utility. Make sure to pick up Determination, Vitality, and Purity of Elements as soon as they become available. These auras will significantly enhance your survivability. Then Frostblink will remain your mobility skill through the leveling. And then in Act 3, switch to the Flammability for curses, and then later replacing it with the Punishment. And then finally, after the library quest, you can consider moving to the Armageddon brand for faster clear speed if you want to. Next up, let's go over the Ascendancy. The Tassalio Cleansing Water is usually the first node you take, which offers a massive fire resistance, life regeneration tied to the resistance, and immunity to ignite. This node alone can carry you to the early sustain and the damage mitigation. Then Ramako Sun's Light will follow, by boosting your burning damage significantly, and allowing the fire penetration, which is crucial for maintaining effective damage against the high resistant enemies. Then the Hinokora Death's Fury will add even more scaling by increasing strength, which contributes to both life and the fire damage. It also grants life leech and the fire damage on kill, by improving the clear speed and the consistency. And then lastly, take the Valako Storm's Embrace, which enhances your endurance charge generation, and uses those charges to grant elemental damage and the physical damage reduction. Overall, this set of Ascendancy nodes is the foundation for our build for the durability and the burning offense. Next up we have the skill tree, and the layout is focused around the high life, fire damage, regeneration, and the resistances. At around level 90 to 95, the tree pushes heavily into the Marauder and the Templar areas. With over 250 strength, your fire damage gets a significant boost due to the Chieftain scaling. The key nodes will focus on burning damage and the elemental resistance, while the small cluster jewels are used to enhance aura effectiveness, particularly the Malevoyance. Armor is also prioritized over evasion or energy shield, by providing the best mitigation for a build that stands in the melee range. Then the block chance and spell blocks are supplemented for further defenses. The tree supports the core idea of the Righteous Fire, which is a build that survives its own burning damage while using the same burn to obliterate enemies in seconds. The core damage scaling of our build is split into a bunch of categories. So first we have maximum life. which directly affects the burning damage. This makes the high life rolls on gear crucial. However, remember that life does not scale your fire trap damage, so modifiers like the fire damage over time multiplier and burning damage are still important to maintain. So pretty much we will have to play this type of balanced game between these both forms of scaling. Then, when it comes to skill gems, the setup is fully tuned for the most optimized setup. The Righteous Fire is linked with the Awakened Elemental Focus, Awakened Increased AoV Effect, Awakened Burning Damage, Life Tap and the Swift Affliction, by providing a potent blend of aerial damage, burning efficiency and the sustainability. Then Fire Trap runs an Awakened Swift Affliction, Life Tap and the Chop and Mine damage, which gives us a strong supplemental damage and a single target pressure. Then for utility, the Tempest Shield and the Flesh and Stone will enhance both defense and utility, so Tempest Shield will grant block chance and shock immunity, while the Flesh and Stone will provide blind and the damage reduction. Then the Malevoyance, Purity of Life and Summon Skitter Boots will boost our damage over time and the elemental resistances, making them the core to this build's aura strategy. The Shield Charge and the Frost Blink will give us a smooth movement across maps, letting us stay mobile in dangerous situations. Then the Blood Rage will add extra attack speed and the Frenzy Charge generation, while the Punishment will boost damage against the low life enemies. Then Enduring Cry provides instant life regeneration and Endurance Charge generation, which makes it crucial for surviving during heavy incoming damage. These skills will work in the harmony to create a smooth, resilient gameplay that lets you focus on the movement and the fire damage while maintaining a robust defenses. Next we have gear. Your helmet should be a high armor elder base with a burning damage and a concentrated effect support. By using Harvest Reforged Life, it will help with these modifiers, and then later upgrade to the Archdemon Crown for additional gem levels. The amulet we should focus on is life, damage over time multiplier and resistances. Then bases like the turquoise, jade or the marble amulet are useful, depending on your attribute needs. Then Cloak of Flame is your ideal chest piece due to its physical damage mitigation. Alternatives like the lightning coil can work, but require more resistant balancing. For gloves, the pure armor base with a high life regen, which can be up to 21%, are ideal, and they are great for additional chaos resistance and dexterity. Use Exarched Influence to get Ignite Proliferation for clear. Then your boots should have a 30% movement speed, high life and regeneration. Then Annihilation Approach is a strong endgame option. Then belts offer the highest source of flat life regen. Then Immortal Flesh is a great early option, and later you can craft an Elder Stygian Vice. Then rings should cover life, resistances and chaos resistance. I recommend to consider crafting with the Essences of Delirium for damage. Then weapons will need the fire damage over time multiplier, then the flat fire damage increase, and +1 to fire spell gems if possible. Shields like the Rise of the Phoenix and the Dawbreaker are excellent early choices, but you can aim for a rare Shaper Shield with a percentage life recovered on a block for the best recovery. Next up we have our Mercenaries. I tested bunch of different versions and I found two potentials. One focused on defenses by using the Blasphemy Aura and the Amplitude to reduce damage taken, along with granting elemental immunity through the Sign of the Sin Eater. Then the other leaned towards offense with Summon Holy Relic and a Smite to provide additional damage and regeneration. Then for their gear, Dying Breath is a solid weapon choice, while the Leer cast will give a helpful damage buff from the helmet slot. Then the Zandentu's Cassock is also a good body armor option. Use gloves with the Unnerve implicit, and for boots, go with the Wind Scream for that extra curse, or boots with a Stabbed Ground for that survivability. Then belts like the Camo's Binding or the Pyroshock Clasp will work well. And then finally for rings, the Kikazaru and the Time Claps are great picks. And then you can finish it off with a Shaper Seed as your amulet. Next up we have gameplay, and it is very straightforward. You want to activate Righteous Fire at the start of each zone, as it remains active until you leave the area, so you will need to toggle it once in a while. You want to move around by using the Shield Charge for fast mapping or the Frost Blink, for more precise dodging and repositioning. Then use curses like the Flammability or the Punishment on blue and rare packs to amplify their damage taken and softening them up for your burning aura. Against tougher bosses, you want to job the Fire Trap repeatedly and either way circle the enemy or stand your ground to benefit fully from the Rakamo, the Sun's Light, which significantly will boost your damage when you're standing still. Timing Frostblink through the enemies can chill them and help to avoid telegraphs with a high damage hits. Alternatively, you can kite them along the edge of your Righteous Fire radius to minimize the incoming damage while still burning them steadily. Then keep Enduring Cry on the cooldown in the harder encounters to generate endurance charges and stay topped up on life. Your survivability will allow you to face tank many hits, but smart positioning and maintaining uptime on the fire trap and the curses will optimize your damage output even more. Overall, the build rewards awareness and the rhythm by balancing tankiness with continuous aerial control through the burning damage and much more. So let me know what you think about this build in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, then you definitely don't want to miss my previous top 10 best builds video, where I showed even more powerful builds. So click the screen now and I'll see you in the next one.